Yerevan, capital of Armenia, is recognized as one of the oldest cities in the world. Here, it is said, lies the secret to a long life and good health. According to the Bible, Noah's Ark landed on Mount Ararat and the human race was granted a second birth. Yerevan is a city dotted with green spaces and a plantation belt surrounding the city centre. As children descend upon the play areas, residents can enjoy a stroll around the parks in peace and take a breath of fresh air around one of the many impressive fountains. Some spend their time playing the national sport, chess, while others display their paintings at the foot of the statue of the most famous Armenian painter, Matiros Sarayan. The name of the town Yerevan comes from its original name Erebuni. Founded in the 8th century BC by Ageshti I, king of Urartu, the city was an important and highly disputed stopping-off place for caravans. Erebuni fortress was built to serve as a stronghold against attacks from numerous neighboring rebels. With over 2,500 years of rich history, Armenia is often described as an open-air museum, with numerous sites like the Gani Fortress or the Zvanots Cathedral, built by Nerses III. This architectural masterpiece was one of the highest buildings in the world. Situated in the Azad Valley, the Gerhat Monastery blends into a beautiful backdrop. Listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it was a recognized cultural and ecclesiastical center in medieval Armenia. The monastery was well known for its relics, including its most famous, the spear that wounded Christ on the cross, and which gave Gerhatavank, the monastery of the spear, its name. The Matanadran, or Mesrop Mashtots Institute, named after the creator of the Armenian alphabet, is a museum of ancient manuscripts and is home to a major research center. Its collection of more than 19,000 manuscripts and other documents makes it one of the richest in the world. On one of the 7 hills overlooking the city, the Sitsanaka bird is a must-see complex that was erected in memory of the 1.5 million countrywide genocide victims of the Turkish government between 1915 and 1923. Armenia and Yerevan are located on what is known as the Caucasian Water Tower, favored for its climate and long periods of sunshine. Producers supply the market with quality products. The local nature of the products acts as a quality label, and production is moving more and more towards organic means. Lavash, a traditional bread, is just one of the regional products such as the horovats that can be found on dinner tables everywhere. It is these fresh products that are found traditionally in Armenian cuisine with contemporary and neighboring country influences. Yerevan offers a large number of restaurants to satisfy varying tastes: gastronomy, slow food, creative dishes, fast food, and let's not forget the lahmacun, a locally produced pizza. Yerevan today is a capital city in transformation mode, attractive and outward-looking, just like its international airport that welcomes visitors from all over the world. At the beginning of the 20th century, urban planner and architect Alexandra Tamanian redesigned the city to turn it into a capital. With this development, the underground network was born in 1980, and the central station provides rail services to every part of the country. The Republic Square, in the heart of the city centre, is home to a large number of ministries. Water and fountains are present in all 4 corners of the city, like here in the Aznavour Square or around the Opera House under the gaze of the great composer Arno Babajanyan. The black or pink tuff-covered facades of the city's buildings are revealed in all their glory. The city's charm and its marked expansion make Yerevan a city conducive to walking and shopping, like here in the new neighbourhood surrounding the Northern Avenue. Hotel accommodation is on a par with other internationally renowned tourist cities, offering all the services you might expect, and not to mention the local Armenian touch. What becomes immediately apparent when strolling through the city is its omnipresent musical atmosphere, shared between generations, boasting an array of instruments, dances and songs. The same can be said at events such as the Water and Watermelon festivals. Everyone displays a good mood and a certain joie de vivre. In the year 301, Armenia proudly claimed to be the first nation to officially adopt Christianity as its state religion. Armenian Mass is extremely respectful to tradition and practically unchanged since the 5th century. The Blue Mosque reflects cultural diversity and tolerance. The hashkars, or Armenian crossstones, which adorn churches, monasteries and open-air sacred spaces, are just one example of how knowledge and traditions are passed down from generation to generation. Just like rug weaving, which dates back to early Armenian history. Handmade from local wool, each family must have their own rug. In terms of museums, Yerevan is certainly not left out and boasts more than 50 sites dedicated to art and culture. For example, the Kafesjan Center for the Arts, located around and inside the famous Cascade Monument. This openness to art is also found in teaching. The Tumo Studios is a good example of what can be created by the coming together of culture and modern contemporary techniques. The architectural preservation of sites such as the Mirzoyan Library is part of what interests the younger generations. People come here to have a chat and a drink with friends. You can't leave Yerevan without talking about the vineyard wine. According to the Bible, Armenia is the cradle of viniculture. After the flood, the first vines were planted by Noah at the foot of Mount Ararat. This quality production is in full revival mode, driven by motivated younger generations that are eager to learn how to enjoy the good times. Today, Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, is a city where life is good. A city where the young have a great respect for tradition, combined with a modern outlook. The city's peace-loving population shares its culture and at nightfall treasures each moment spent amongst family, friends and acquaintances.